Hey everybody, it's Pastor Joseph. It is Wednesday morning, January 20th. You're going to see this in the church email probably. I wanted to take a little bit of time to walk you through how the annual meeting is going to work this year. The annual meeting is on Sunday, January 31st. That's a week from this Sunday, and it'll be following a worship. The way we're going to have this meeting is we're going to do it like pretty much everything else. We're going to have to do it on Zoom. There is an option for you to call in. The information for that is in the January newsletter. So those are the two ways that you can participate. It's either Zoom or phone. Usually we stream worship on YouTube and that works great. We put stuff on Facebook, but we're not going to be broadcasting the annual meeting in that same way. So a few questions you probably have. How are we going to vote? Usually, if we're in the fellowship hall doing this, we take a voice vote and we can do that over Zoom the same way that we normally would. If that doesn't work, we'll have a form available in the chat where you can vote and we can actually count votes that way. We had looked at seeing if we could have some sort of drop-off system for people who don't want to use Zoom. But the way our constitution is set up and the bylaws of the congregation, we can't have absentee voting and we can't have proxy voting. And so if you wanted to have a drop-off for ballots at the church, you would have to open the annual meeting at say 10 or 11 and then close it at like 7 at night. So you'd have some very long annual meeting, and we're not going to do that for logistical reasons. So a few other things I want to draw your attention to with the meeting itself. We need 30 people to have a quorum in accordance with our bylaws. Our usual Sunday Zoom group, I think it's usually above 30, so we should be okay, but if you're available, I would ask you to please make an effort to participate because we need to get some stuff done. A few things I want to draw your attention to. This is the annual report. This is my web copy. There are 3 ways to get this. You can either click on the link in this email. That will take you to the full thing. You can get a paper copy from the Dropbox by the Memorial Garden. That has the full thing. Or on our website, you can get the reports on the annual meeting page. Those don't have the financial documents included, but you can email me and I can send them to you. A couple other things just I want to draw your attention to. What are we actually going to be voting on this year? If you go to page 3 of the annual report, you can see we have Bill Joseph is up for re-election to council this year for a 3-year term. And we are able to take write-ins or nominations from the floor. So if you're interested in serving on council, it's not too late to get you in. I think Matt Hansen was a floor nomination last year and it works fine. Theoretically, we could take up to 3 more floor nominations for that spot. The endowment committee, 4 of the 5 people currently on endowment have opted back in. So we do have 1 spot that's open. If that's not filled from the floor at the meeting, council will appoint someone. We've done that before. That works well enough. The last thing here I want to draw your attention to is the budget. The budget is just like we usually do every year, except for one new thing. In our constitution, if there's a capital expense above $20,000, we need to get approval from the congregation as a whole to get that project done. The big project we're looking at this year is the roof of the education wing of the building. So that's basically, if you're looking at the hallway, the classrooms, and the offices, sort of that part of the building. The roof there has been deteriorating. We've had some issues with leaks. It gets into the electrical stuff. It's not good. It costs a lot of money to fix. So we're looking at getting that done this year. So there's a part of the budget is actually approving a max dollar amount that we can spend on fixing that. And so we're not going to get the congregation to approve specific bids, but you're going to approve a max amount of money and then send it back to council to get a bid that works with the amount of money that you approved. So I hope that makes sense. This would be easier to explain if we weren't doing this on Zoom, but we really need to get this fixed. So that is why we have to do it this way. So if you have any questions about anything in the report itself, which I would encourage you to read, or logistics of how the meeting is going to work, please reach out to me or to John Havens, and we will get your question answered as quickly as we can. So that's it. And if you have anything